Man, our husbands really be our biggest ops and our biggest enemies. And it's just like that saying goes, with spouses like this, who needs enemies? So this woman was murdered by her husband. Let's get into the details. So it says here Nancy Mateer was recently killed in a domestic violence case involving her husband. She was found dead in her home on April 1st, 2026, after coworkers requested a welfare check when she missed a meeting. Police determined the case to be a domestic violence homicide. Her husband, Stephen Bowen, was arrested and charged with first degree premeditated murder and evidence tampering. According to investigators, he had allegedly shot her multiple times inside their home. Police reports say he later confessed to a relative saying he couldn't take it anymore. Take what anymore? So additional details reported her body was found wrapped in blankets and garbage bags. So he's just throwing her out like she's trash. And authorities believe efforts were made to muffle the gunshots. He is being held without bond while the case proceeds. And in context, it's saying Matea Bowen was a prominent public official and community leader, known as the first Black and Haitian American woman elected as a commissioner in Coral Springs. This is an active criminal case. These males be so jealous of us, ladies. This is why I do not do marriage. I do not do religion, and I stand on that. Because they said that he told me I just couldn't take it anymore. Take what anymore? Being married because it's called a divorce with your stupid self? I can't. So they said authorities are treating the kids as domestic violence. Reports suggest there may have been ongoing marital conflict, but police have not publicly detailed specific disputes, triggers, or clear timeline. At this stage, law enforcement has not confirmed a single definitive motive. Here's her look. Here's her little ugly, dusty husband. I see nothing about him having a job or what he does for a living. So I'm going to keep digging a little bit, but I really just feel like it's the typical reasons he is jealous of his wife but she was going to run for Congress, and based on what people have said about her, she was really greatly loved, and she most likely would have won. She had a good chance of winning, and I think her husband just couldn't take it anymore, like all the attention that she was receiving and all the success that she was receiving, and he probably felt like he had a right to quote unquote put her in her place because that's what males feel they have a right to do when they are your husband. And this is why I don't do religion and marriage, because both are created to control women. And I say no to all of that. I'm not going to be controlled. God didn't create me to be controlled by nobody. On her Facebook page, she shared photos of her and Steven accompanied with loving messages, which we already know what that means. Whenever they be loving and being so public with the love for their spouses, it'd be the worst relationship behind closed doors. There's a special kind of joy that comes with living in my purpose, feeling anchored by the love of my incredible husband, Stephen Bowen. She wrote in part of a Facebook post in September 2024. 3 years of building, dreaming, and loving each other through everything. She wrote in an anniversary post in just November. So I'm assuming they meet just this past November, and now she's dead because he killed her. Stephen has been charged with premeditated murder, and tampering or fabricating physical evidence, according to online records and the affidavit. It's not clear if he has denied the accusations. Online court records do not show attorney information or an arraignment date. So here you have Representative Jared Moskowitz saying that he is in shock. Nancy just buried her brother. She was about to announce she was running for Congress. He also called her one of the nicest people he's worked with, and that she was always fighting for her community and always pushing to help. He finished the post with she has such a future. This is terrible. And now this man hated his wife because when you go to his Facebook page, he has no pictures of her anywhere. It's like she didn't even exist. And I mean, the cops arrested him, I think, almost like the same day that he murdered her, allegedly. So he didn't have time to be cleaning up no page. I'm sure that's the last thing he was thinking about. I feel like he never had any pictures of her. So that's definitely a red flag to me. I was really surprised after seeing her page, then going to his and seeing her nowhere, anywhere. I also didn't notice a job. I searched all over the internet, y'all, and his page. Did not see a job anywhere. I promise you, she was most likely the breadwinner, and he was an unemployed homosexual. Number three, the other red flag is he is into like Freemasons. I dated a Freemason. Actually, my eldest son, bio sperm donor, is a Freemason, and they act like they ain't got no sense. And it's definitely giving, I am more concerned about my bros before hoes type of thing, like this weird bro code thing. and he just seems like that's the only thing on his page. So it seems to me like that's what he's proud of. That's where he's happiest. And to not be displaying your beautiful wife, your newlywed wife, they'd only been married like not even 3 years yet. I think someone said it's going to be 3 years in November. And to not show all the travel y'all were doing, all the beautiful places you went to. I mean, I feel like he was just really jealous. He was really fucking jealous because he called his uncle or somebody to me, I couldn't take it anymore. Couldn't take what? Her success? Because rumor has it that she was supposed to be running for Congress next. And he probably just could not take it. And for him to take her life right after her brother had just committed suicide because he was a survivor of a school shooting. I can't remember which school it was, but he battled schizophrenia after that shooting for 7 years and finally just took his own life. She just finished burying her brother. So he knows her family was going through that grief and through that period of trauma and loss, and then he's going to go and kill her allegedly, because of course he hasn't been convicted yet, but he going to go and kill her a few months later. And that's how they do. This is like the second or third story I've seen where the husbands get absolutely horrible when the wives need them, like when they've lost someone. Because I think I was watching another story time and the woman's like dad died or something. I think it was her father, and her husband was like a fucking complete demon. He was a whole demon. And I'm like, who needs enemies like these? Like, who needs enemies when your spouse acts like this? Like, I literally could just do bad by myself. I could just be by myself. Cause not at least I'm gonna cry and be in peace with my sadness. Like, I don't have to deal with you screaming at me or treating me like shit while I'm trying to grieve. And so there's probably played a role in it. I'm pretty sure because she seemed like she was very close to her little brother. I think they said he was the youngest in the family, but she wrote on her Facebook page, like, this is someone that I always feel I have to protect the most is her little brother who died. And so she probably was grieving and still showing up. Like, everyone was like, she's the sweetest, nicest person you could ever fucking meet. So she's still showing up. She's still working hard. And that's actually why they even found her, because she missed a meeting. And that just wasn't like her to miss meetings. Like, it was so alarming that they sent a welfare check on her and wasn't just like, oh, well, maybe she's just not going to come. No, she was so always showing up so much that they were like, oh, we need to call the police to have a welfare check on her. And that's when they found her dead in her home. So here we go again, ladies. Another one gone. And I will continue to say it till I'm blue in the face. Please stop pedestalizing marriage and husbands and kings and black kings and all that BS. Like, just if you want to find love, find love. But to sit here and tell other women like they're wrong for being a single mother, or I don't want to be a baby mama, like, we really have to change our culture. Because I feel like a lot of that is why women, especially when they mix up religion, because I saw that she was going to church and stuff. When they start to mix religion into that crap, it just screams like you are ripe for the picking of just kind of getting anyone, because anyone could be married. Any woman can be married. I mean, these guys are just out here waiting for somebody to take care of them. So it's really not that hard to find a husband if you really wanted to have one. I mean, this dude, I'm sorry, he looked dusty as hell. He looked like a loser. And she was beautiful. She was stunning. And she was successful. And I saw that she went to Johns Hopkins University. And where did he go to college? Who knows? It's just like, what were his accomplishments besides that Mason crap? I didn't see anything. And people were online trying to say, oh, he was making good money too. Where is the money at that he was making? Because I don't see his job anywhere. And I don't know a black man who making good money and you don't, I mean, legally, not illegally, legally, and not bragging about it all over the internet. Like, if he was a radiologist or whatever the heck somebody claimed he was, child by, I can't say how people just be making up stuff on this man. Like, we gonna just give him a high paying job. His ass ain't had no job. He was living off his wife. And I bet he was either jealous of her because she said she was going to run for Congress and he couldn't take her going off to be more successful in life. Or he, or she probably got fed up with his shit. and was like, I'm out. I'm done with this relationship. And we all know that's the worst time for women, the hardest and scariest and most dangerous time for women who are victims of domestic violence is when you're trying to leave, or she could have been pregnant. So that's another thing, because it didn't look like they had any kids. They had like 2 dogs. So, anywho, I'll be following the story closely and try to keep you all updated if I see any new updates come out. I think the community, everyone is just devastated. Um, Again, and these stories are always devastating to me because I follow these stories, and I actually had a true crime channel before YouTube shut it down for whatever reason. But a lot of these women are so successful, y'all, and it's just like heartbreaking. Like, wow, like they're bringing so much to the Black community, or just the community in general. And the husbands are losers. Like, they're so dusty and broke and unemployed, fucking asshole losers that no one liked. And now we're left with that. That's what we're left with in this world. Not the beautiful bright light that did everything for the community and the kids and their parents and everybody and their siblings and was amazing, and their nieces and nephews and their families and their friends. Like, no, we don't get to have that. We have killer person who, like, nobody liked. He didn't have a social life. He didn't bring anything to the world. He didn't contribute anything except headache and chaos. And it's just sad. But one good thing I am seeing out of this is I'm seeing more women, one, realizing that he was most likely jealous of her. So we're starting to wake up and get that news. And then two, a lot of women just saying, I'm staying single. Not I'm about to get single. They're already single and they're just staying that way like me. So if there is a silver lining, that's one. I'm like, if I could just say one life, I didn't done my job. No, it's not one life. I would like to save so many more. So let me know what y'all think about this story. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.
Hi, I am Commissioner Nancy Mateer. I carry each of you in my heart every day. Your love, your support, and your encouragement are what brought me to this moment. Growing up right here in Coral Springs, I never imagined that one day I would have the honor of standing before you as the first Black and Haitian American woman on this commission. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for holding me accountable. And thank you for being my family. Coral Springs is my heart, my pride, and my home. And together, let's continue to push forward, to dream big, and to build a future we can all be proud of.